Finding and using good academic sources can help you write a better paper and get a better grade. This tutorial will help you to think through the types of websites you should be using for academic papers. As an example topic, we will be looking at websites on the Gospel of Judas, a Gnostic document discovered a few years ago. An ideal source for an academic paper will be scholarly, which means it was written by a professor or other expert and is intended for an academic audience. This is an example of a scholarly article written for Evangelical Quarterly. The title reveals it as more scholarly. The author has an academic background and is writing for a scholarly audience. It is also lengthy, around 20 pages. The text includes plenty of footnotes to show where the information comes from. You will be more likely to find scholarly sources like this if you use a scholarly research tool rather than the open web. The library databases such as ATLA provide access to scholarly articles online. Google Books and Google Scholar are also useful for finding scholarly sources. Watch the tutorials on the library website to find out more. It is possible to find scholarly articles on the web, but you must sort through many other sources. Be careful about what websites you use. Professors will be dubious about certain types of websites. For example, Wikipedia is a popular online encyclopedia. However, anyone can edit the information at any time, and therefore it's difficult to know if the information is reliable. Personal websites and blogs are also often more suspect. Consider the following criteria when deciding if a website is valid or not. Authority. Who created the website? Do they have special knowledge or education that makes them a credible expert on the topic? If the website comes from an organization, find out if it is respected, and ideally a scholarly organization. For example, if we look for the author of this blog, we discover that he is a lawyer and studying this topic is a hobby of his. He doesn't have any scholarly credentials for religion. Next, consider objectivity. Does the content have a bias? Although having a certain viewpoint is not necessarily bad, they should ideally be objective and fair in what they present. Look to see if the bias is explicit or hidden, and how it impacts the usefulness of the information. For example, this website comes from a modern-day Gnostic group, which would definitely have a bias on a Gnostic gospel. Next, look at accuracy. How accurate is the information? Compare it with other sources, particularly reliable sources, to see if there are discrepancies. Can you tell where they got their information? This large website contains a wealth of technical information on the Gospel of Judas manuscripts. However, the only source that is cited is the website of Michael Van Ryn. The website has been shut down, and a little research revealed it was because the author was arrested for art fraud. Certainly a dubious source, and this calls into question the accuracy of the information. Finally, look at the content itself. How in-depth is the information? Is the content appropriate to an academic level of study? Is it relevant to your topic? This website was written by Elaine Pagels, a Princeton professor who does research on the Gnostic Gospels. However, this website's content focuses on her personal experiences with the Gospel of Judas. If you wanted her perspective, it would be better to get one of her books, which would be more likely to discuss her scholarly findings. That concludes this tutorial. If you'd like more help deciding if a website would be good to use for a paper, ask a librarian. We can also direct you to the best resources on the web and in the library.